everyone, welcome to my booktube channel. I'm Celeste, and today's video I want to look at some of my signed books. I have a collection of signed books and I'm constantly adding to it, and so there are so many that I decided that I'm going to do this in part videos because some of them are signed to me and some of them I happen to just buy them signed or what have you. And so I thought I would talk, not just show the books, but I thought I would talk a little bit about how I got them and, why I got those particular books. So, the first book I wanted to show is Rainbow Rowell's Carry On. And you're like, that's not the right cover. Well, the cover that I have is one of the, whenever I was getting it, I was in line to sign, she had swag, and so I have one of the ones that you color it yourself. And so, and I just put this on the one that she signed, and so it's white. Oh, it's really hard to see. There you go. It's white because I haven't actually sat down to color it, and I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to do. And, so it's signed to me, specifically. So that's really awesome, and I got to meet her and take a picture with her, and I was at the end of the line, so she was kind of grumpy looking in the picture with me, but that's okay. I'm totally okay with that. And so I got that signed like right when it came out. I got it in the mail, and then I left for NerdCon Stories in 2015, and so that one I got it signed almost immediately. I pre-ordered it. Actually, I pre-ordered 2 copies of it. The copy that I showed in my last reading wrap-up was the one that isn't signed. So I have a signed copy and a non-signed copy because I guess I'm crazy like that. Okay, so at the same NerdCon Stories 2015, I also got in line and got to meet Stephanie Perkins, and I brought along a copy of Anna and the French Kiss. And it's a paperback copy, and at the time that I got it signed, I hadn't read it yet, so I was one of those people, but let's see, can you see it? Keep wishing on stars. And so it's really sweet, and I got a chance to have a conversation with her because there weren't that many people in line by the time I got over there, and so she's just really darling, and I have really fond memories of having conversations with these authors. Then the next one I wanted to show is also from me going to NerdCon 2015, but this book, The Tiger's Wife by Téa Obreht, I had it and read it well in advance. Like Carry On, I got it signed. Like I just got the book, I got it signed without having read it. Anna and the French Kiss, I got it signed. I hadn't read it at the time, but I've since read both of those books. Well, The Tiger's Wife was one that I read from a children's book fair, and they have a table usually for adult books or whatever for the teachers. And so I picked it up there, and I don't even remember how long ago I picked it up, but I had read it. And so then when I was looking at the list of names of authors who were going to be at NerdCon Stories, and I saw that she was listed, I put my copy, and so the copy that I took, I don't know if you can see it on screen, it's beat up because it was just a paperback book. It's got all kinds of, they're not even real stickers, they're printed on it, which is yucky, but whatever. So I took this ugly beat up book, and I got to have a conversation with her because by the time I got to her in the line, there wasn't much of a line, and so the authors that were there that year were really interested in interacting with the people who came to see them. And so I got to talk to her a little bit about teaching and about, helping people find a love of reading. And so she wrote, to Celeste with gratitude and admiration for what you do. And so in that she was, let's see, get it to show. There we go. That was about me being a teacher and working with students and trying to encourage reading. I had a photograph of a group of my students, and the authors were signing the photograph as well as my books. So, let's see. Also, at the same NerdCon Stories, I met John Moe, and I bought a copy of Conservatize Me at the fair, at the, what am I saying? I can't remember. But anyway, I bought it there in Minneapolis, and I got to have a little conversation with him, and it was about how there's always like a student that's highly political in class, and so he wrote, thanks for listening, and hello to the one student, because there's always the one student. And so that was an interesting conversation. I got to talk to him specifically about being a teacher in the South, and he was really great, and took pictures, and it was really nice talking to him. And then the last one that I have to show is The Magicians by Lev Grossman, and if you've watched my 25 Bookish Facts, then you know that my relationship with Lev Grossman is interesting. But before the incident in the elevator, and you'll have to go and watch that video to get the full story on that one, I got my book signed, and I was literally like in the last row of people, and the people before us were taking so much time that the people in line around me were grumbly, and so I was kind of rushing him, like, just sign my book, hurry, whatever. And so, but later on I got a chance to totally embarrass myself in an elevator with him. So he said, this book is for Celeste, and in his signature, I don't know if you can see, it is so intricate and cool, and just really pretty, and all of that. And I have not gotten a chance to read The Magicians or Conservatize Me yet. Like, I feel really bad that I haven't read those books yet, but they're on my list. I'm going to read them. In fact, maybe I'll, like, put them on a special shelf and read them sometime this year. Okay. And then the last 3 books that I wanted to show in this section. Now, there are, like, tons of other ones that I haven't shown yet. When I was picking them off the shelf, I had a hard time picking which ones I wanted to show you guys first. I will have a part 2 and possibly other part 3 and so on and so forth. So, anyway, when I was at NerdCon Stories, both in 2015 and 2016, John Green did not do signings per se. What he did is he went to the DFTBA booth and he signed a lot of the merch that they had. And so, so I have 2 signed John Green books, and to show today. And but I didn't get to meet him, and they're not personalized, but they're still special to me. Because I know that he signed them, and I'm such a fangirl for him. And that's another thing you would know if you watch my 25 Bookish Facts about me. I have cats running around. So if you're like, what is all that sound? That's the sound of my cats running around. Okay. The first one I wanted to show is a paperback copy of Paper Towns, and it has a cruddy sticker on it, but you know, what can you do about the cruddy stickers? But I like this one because John Green signed it in green Sharpie. So, I don't know, I'm just cheesy like that. And so I got that one. This one, I can't remember if I got it last year, if I got it in 2015 or 2016. I can't remember which one. So, but I got it at NerdCon at the DFTBA booth. And then the other one I want to show, I have several copies of Looking for Alaska. This is the special 10th anniversary edition that has the really pretty cover and the really pretty end pages. And it's a hardback. And this one is signed in like this turquoise blue color. Woo, turquoise blue color. And it's not personalized. And I got this one not in 2016, but in 2015. So I've had this one for a little bit. And I've read both Paper Towns and Looking for Alaska. I read them actually on my Kindle when I was just getting into John Green. So I haven't read those physical copies, but I have read the books. So I read them. And then this one you might remember if you watched one of my Bookish Rambling videos in the summer. But this is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. And I'm excited today because A Conjuring of Light just came out, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I paid and bought it through New York, and so it's personalized, but I didn't actually get to meet her. But she is going on her book tour, like, now, I guess, like, coming up, and for A Conjuring of Light, and so I'm tempted, super, super tempted to drive to Houston and meet her and get her to sign A Conjuring of Light there during her book tour. So then I would have 2 signed copies of her books that are personalized, but one of them I would get it personalized for me as I stood there right then. So that's, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 of my signed books, which is not all of my signed books. Some of my signed books are like, you know, like the John Green ones where they're just signed by the authors, and others are signed and personalized to me. So I will have another video up soon where it'll be like part 2 of my collection of signed books, and I'm excited to show them to you guys. Do you collect signed books? And if so, what books do you have that are signed? Like, do you go to signings? A lot of these I got signed at one convention because I live in rural Texas. The authors don't come here, so if I'm not willing to drive to Houston or Austin, then I'm not going to get a lot of signed books. Or if I don't order them, like the Victoria Schwab one, I had to order that one and pay a little more. But I felt like it was worth it because I something about having a book that I know that the author touched. I know it sounds really creepy and weird, but I love it. I don't even know what, so. This is one of my favorite mugs. Can you see it? Don't let the muggles get you down. Okay, so that is it for this video. I will film another one soon. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. I'm going to keep on keeping on with these videos, and I appreciate it. So, thank you so much. Bye.